Hello and welcome back. This is a second part of a tutorial that is basically just an intro to Unity virtual reality development specifically using the SteamVR Assets Package. So one thing that I forgot to mention in the last video is that if you ever run into any issues where your controllers aren't mapping or anything like that, and you need to reset up um, those controllers. This SteamVR input window, when you get rid of it, you can open it again by just going to Window, and then it's right there. All right, so in this tutorial, now that we've got our scene set up, we want to have some interactivity because virtual reality is very interactive. Um, Now, there's a lot of different movement mechanics that you can do, and the one that I'm going to show you today is teleporting because that's the easiest one to implement, and it's the one that's least likely to make your players sick. So one of the things that you have to consider when you are creating a virtual reality game for the first time is how do you want to present your world to your player? So there are a lot of different techniques, everything ranging from keeping everything really close. So if you made your world very small so that everything is within access to your player there, or if it's just within the reach of the single room, or if you want to make a larger open world game, how does your player get from A to B? Um, so one of the main ways to do that is with teleporting. And so with teleporting, what we are going to use is something called raycasting. Um, Raycasting, it's really easy. All you have to do is imagine a laser pointer, basically, from one object to another. And in this case, somebody's already written the code for you. You don't have to do any of the coding yourself. And what you're going to tap into is the laser pointer that is going from your controller to a teleport plane or a field. So that's why I made my ground as a plane instead of a cube. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to, and by the way, for those that didn't watch the last video, right clicks are pink, left clicks are green. So I'm going to right or left click on my plane and I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm going to pull it up just ever so slightly because what you want is you want for your raycast or your laser pointer to be able to interact with this teleport plane, but you don't want it so high that your player feels like they're falling through space. So I'm going to rename that as well so that it's our teleport plane. It would help if I knew how to spell. All right. So now we've got a teleport plane. It doesn't say anything on it yet, so I'm going to go over here to the right-hand side and click on the Add Component button. And what I want to do is I want to just look up teleport, but not teleport. I want my teleport area. So I want to add that. All right. So now the thing with the teleport area um, is that we have now told the computer, hey, look, this area, this object is available for teleporting, but now what I need to do is add what's called an action listener. And what an action listener is you need to tell the computer, all right, I want you to quote unquote listen for the player to press a button. Um, and so the way that we're going to do that is that if I go back out to my assets so that you can see the whole file directory, I'm going to go into SteamVR, Interaction Systems, Teleport, Prefabs, and then teleporting is right here. So I'm going to drag and drop that, and it doesn't matter where you put it in the scene, it just needs to be somewhere in here. The player's not going to see it. It is literally just an empty game object, meaning, again, that your player can't see it. It's just a thing that is in your scene that is, its only job is to listen for um, the electrical impulse of a button being pressed. And in this case, it's one of the buttons on my controller. So now if I press play and I grab my headset so that you guys can see, I can actually push forward and you can see I can teleport to the edge of the space and look around. So this blue area that you see is that teleport plane. So it's now invisible. So if I take that, if I go back to my original plane and change its color, it will change that color of the floor, not the top. So the top, you can see its material has now changed. And that's it for this tutorial. See you next time.